I want you to do something slightly uncomfortable after this video. Go to your closet, pull out the 3 things you wear most often, and for once, do not look at the size on the label, because that little number may be making decisions about your body that your mirror never asked it to make. Many women over 60 quietly start buying one size larger. A roomier blouse feels safer around the stomach. A bigger cardigan seems kinder to the arms. Looser jeans promise comfort. And a flowing dress appears to hide everything we would rather not explain. All perfectly reasonable choices, until the extra fabric begins telling a different story. Here is the strange part. The more fabric you use to hide your body, the more body the eye often assumes is underneath it. And no, I am not going to tell you to wear tight clothes. This is not about squeezing into a smaller size, chasing youth, or dressing like the woman you were 20 years ago. Smaller is not the goal. Correct is the goal. On this channel, we talk about classic style, timeless women's wear, and practical ways mature women can look refined without turning their closet into a second mortgage. Today, I am giving you 7 simple fit tests. We will check shoulders, pockets, sleeves, armholes, waistbands, coats, even the photographs you never posed for. Because your clothes may not be too old, they may not be too cheap, they may simply be one size too big. And the first place to look is not your waist, it is your shoulder. The first test is simple. Do not look at your stomach first. Look at your shoulders. Your shoulders will tell you whether that blouse actually belongs to you. This is where many women over 60 accidentally lose their shape before the outfit even begins. A blouse may feel comfortable through the waist. It may skim over the stomach. It may even look elegant on the hanger. But if the shoulder seam drops too far down the arm, the whole upper body starts to look heavier, softer, and less defined. And this is where most women get it completely wrong. They buy more room in the body of the shirt, but they pay for it with sloppy shoulders. A correct blouse does not need to hug your waist. It does not need to pull across the bust. It does not need to feel stiff or formal. But it should sit cleanly at the shoulder, or only slightly below it, if the design is intentionally relaxed. Picture this. You are getting dressed for lunch, church, or a family gathering. You put on a soft button-down blouse with nice trousers. The color is flattering, the fabric is good, the outfit should work. But from the side, the shoulder seam has fallen halfway down the upper arm, the sleeve starts too low, the bust looks wider, the neckline looks less crisp. Suddenly, a perfectly decent blouse makes you look tired instead of put together. The fix is not to size down blindly. The fix is to fit the shoulders first, then choose a blouse with enough ease through the middle. Look for darts, a slight curve at the side seam, a soft vertical drape, or fabric that moves without ballooning. Quick takeaway. If the shoulder is wrong, the whole blouse is negotiating against you. A refined woman over 60 does not need tight clothing. She needs clothing that knows where her frame begins. And once the shoulders are right, the next place to check is the part of your outfit you almost never see. Turn around. Your jeans may be adding weight where you cannot even see it. Most women judge jeans from the front. We check the waistband. We look at the stomach. We make sure nothing feels too tight when we bend or sit. But the back of your jeans often tells the truth first. When jeans are one size too big, the pockets can sit lower than they should. Extra denim begins to collect underneath the seat. Then horizontal folds appear behind the thighs, especially after you have walked for a few minutes. This sounds small, but it changes everything. The eye reads that extra fabric as extra volume. Imagine you are dressed for a normal Saturday. Straight-leg jeans, a clean knit top, comfortable loafers. You are running errands, meeting a friend for coffee, maybe stopping at the grocery store on the way home. Standing in front of your bedroom mirror, the jeans look comfortable. Then you walk. The denim drops, the seat loses its shape, and suddenly, the entire lower half of the outfit looks heavier than it did 5 minutes earlier. Comfort matters, but loose denim and comfortable denim are not automatically the same thing. Here is the test. Stand sideways in front of a full-length mirror. Then turn around and look at the back pockets. Now walk across the room 3 times. Turn around again. If the fabric has collapsed underneath the seat, if the pockets appear unusually low, or if you can pinch a large fold of denim at the upper thigh, do not immediately assume that is simply how jeans fit after 60. Try one size smaller, or, more importantly, try a different cut. A straight-leg jean with a small amount of stretch can feel far more comfortable than oversized rigid denim. A mid-rise or high-rise waistband may also stay in place better without forcing you to keep pulling your jeans up. Remember this, your jeans should move with you. They should not slowly move away from you. And if disappearing shape is the problem with jeans, the next garment can make your entire frame disappear before you even leave the house. Here is a strange question. When you wear your favorite cardigan, can I still see your hands? Because if your hands are disappearing, there is a good chance the rest of your frame is disappearing with them. Cardigans are dangerous in a very quiet way. They feel forgiving. They are easy to layer. They give us warmth in a cold restaurant, comfort on a travel day, and just enough coverage when a fitted top suddenly feels a little too revealing. So we size up. Then three things happen at once. The shoulder drops, the sleeve covers half the hand, and the body of the cardigan hangs several inches wider than the torso underneath it. One oversized signal can look intentional. Three oversized signals look accidental. Now picture yourself walking into a coffee shop for a casual lunch. You are wearing dark straight-leg trousers, a simple cream top, and a soft, long cardigan. The outfit sounds classic, but the cardigan reaches past the widest part of your hips. The sleeves bunch around your fingers. The shoulders slope downward. Instead of framing the outfit, the cardigan becomes the outfit. And this is the part nobody talks about. You may not need a new cardigan at all. Before you buy anything, push the sleeves back until your wrists are visible. Then open the front. Create two clean vertical lines down the body. Stand in front of the mirror again. That small change can restore proportion immediately. If you are shopping for a new cardigan, use one simple rule. Choose where you want the relaxation. If the cardigan is long and softly draped, keep the sleeves clean at the wrist. If the sleeves are generous, choose a body with more structure. If the body is oversized, make sure the shoulder line still looks deliberate, not tight, not trendy, just controlled. Style after 60 is not about showing more of your body. It is about making sure your clothes do not erase it. So check your hands, check your wrists, then check the empty fabric underneath your arms. Because the next garment can make your upper body look wider without adding a single inch to your waist. Raise your arm. Yes, seriously. Raise your arm and look at the space underneath it. Because one of the easiest ways to make your upper body look wider has nothing to do with your waist. It is the empty fabric under your arms. Most women try on a t-shirt or knit top and immediately look at the stomach. We turn sideways. We check the bust. We pull the fabric forward to make sure there is enough room. Almost nobody checks the armhole. But when a top is one size too big, the armhole often drops lower. Fabric begins to collect between the bust and the upper arm. On a thick cotton t-shirt or a boxy knit top, that extra material can create a wider visual line across the entire torso. Your body did not become wider. The shirt simply redrew it. Imagine getting dressed for a travel day or a morning of everyday errands. You put on comfortable jeans, walking shoes, and a soft crew neck t-shirt. Nothing complicated. You want to feel relaxed. From the front, the shirt looks fine. Then you reach for your bag. The fabric under the arm opens like a small curtain. The sleeve twists. The side of the shirt lifts. And when your arm comes back down, a fold of fabric remains trapped against the bust. Now here is the part nobody checks in the fitting room. Move. Reach forward. Lift your handbag. Cross your arms. Then let them fall naturally. If the fabric keeps collecting underneath the arm, try a smaller size or a top with a higher, cleaner armhole. And no, that does not mean a tight sleeve. A good t-shirt after 60 can still skim the stomach. It can still give the bust room. It can still feel soft and comfortable. It simply needs to acknowledge the body underneath it. A well-dressed woman does not need to prove she is thin. She simply refuses to let excess fabric redraw her body. Remember the rule. Do not judge a casual top while standing perfectly still. Your clothes live on a moving body. And speaking of movement, the next test cannot be done in front of a mirror. For this one, you need a chair. Forget the mirror, sit down. Because trousers can lie beautifully when you are standing still. This is especially true after 60, when comfort around the waist becomes non-negotiable. You try on a pair of trousers, you button them, you sit. The waistband feels a little firm, So you reach for the next size. Problem solved. Or so it seems. The larger pair feels easier around the waist, but now there is extra fabric at the front. The crotch drops slightly, the hips look fuller, and after 20 minutes of walking, the waistband begins sliding lower than where it started. You solved one problem by creating 4 new ones. And this is where practical women often outsmart themselves. The problem may never have been the size, it may have been the rise. Picture yourself getting dressed for dinner, church, or a long family gathering. You know you will be sitting for an hour or two, so naturally, you choose the trousers that feel generous. Halfway through the evening, you stand up. You pull at the waistband. You smooth the fabric across the front. You take 3 steps and adjust the trousers again. That is not effortless comfort. That is maintenance. Here is the chair test. Sit down naturally. Do not suck in your stomach. Cross one ankle over the other. Lean forward slightly. Now stand up and walk 5 steps. Do not touch your trousers. Pay attention. Did the waistband stay where it started? Did the front fabric fall back into place? Or do you immediately feel the need to pull, lift, or smooth something? If you are constantly adjusting your trousers, try a different rise before you try a larger size. A mid-rise may sit better on one body. A higher rise may feel more secure on another. A contoured waistband can also give you breathing room without adding unnecessary fabric through the hips and thighs. Do not buy a larger waist to fix the wrong rise. Comfort matters. But sloppy comfort is not the same thing as effortless style. A confident woman over 60 should be able to sit, stand, walk, and enjoy her evening without managing her clothes every 5 minutes. And if we often buy trousers too large because we imagine sitting in them, we make an even bigger sizing mistake with the garment we buy for imaginary layers. Go get your coat. Go get your coat, not the light jacket you wear on a mild afternoon. I mean the coat you bought because you told yourself, I need room for layers. Put it on. Now ask yourself one question. Are you wearing the coat? Or is the coat wearing you? Some coats keep you warm. Others quietly erase the woman inside them. And the strange thing is, we often create this problem before we even reach the fitting room. We imagine a freezing day, a thick sweater, maybe another layer underneath, a scarf, possibly something we have not even purchased yet. Then we buy a coat for that imaginary outfit, one size larger, just in case. But many quality winter coats, wool coats, and structured jackets are already designed with layering ease. When you add another full size, the shoulder moves outward, the sleeve gets longer, the torso gains volume. Suddenly, 3 inches of imaginary sweater are controlling the proportions of a coat you wear for 3 months. Picture a simple winter dinner outfit. Dark trousers, a fine gauge knit, leather ankle boots. Everything underneath looks clean and refined. Then the oversized coat goes on. The shoulder line disappears. The sleeves cover the hands. The front panels overlap heavily. The outfit did not become less elegant. It simply vanished. Now here is the practical test. When shopping for a coat, wear the actual layer you normally use in cold weather. Not the thickest sweater you own. Not 3 layers you might wear once a year. Your normal layer. Button the coat. Now hug yourself. Reach forward as if you are holding a steering wheel. Then place both hands in the pockets and walk. Can you move comfortably? Can you button the coat without pulling across the bust? Does the shoulder still look deliberate? If the answer is yes to all 3, you probably do not need extra room, just in case. Buy for your real life, not for imaginary weather. A refined woman does not need the largest coat she can disappear into. She needs enough room to move, enough structure to hold its shape, and enough confidence to let the rest go. Because the final sizing mistake is the most revealing one, and you will not find it in a mirror. You will find it in a photograph someone took when you were not ready. The final test is not a mirror test at all. It is a photograph. And not the photograph you took yourself. I mean the one someone else took when you were not ready. You were talking, walking across the room, reaching for a plate at a family gathering. Then, 2 days later, someone sends you the picture. And you stare at it for a second longer than you expected. You think, do I really look like that? Now, before you blame your body, look at the dress. Because mirrors and photographs do not see clothing the same way. In front of a mirror, we adjust. We pull the dress down. We smooth the sides. We stand taller. We turn slightly. Without realizing it, we help the garment look better. A candid photograph removes all of that assistance. And this is where a dress that felt wonderfully loose in the fitting room can suddenly look shapeless in real life. Too much fabric moves away from the body. The shoulder shifts. The waist disappears. The dress creates one large outline from the bust to the hem. The woman is still elegant. The dress may be beautiful. The proportion is simply missing. This does not mean you need a bodycon dress. Please do not hear that. A dress does not need to show every curve to look refined after 60. But it should give the eye one clear point of structure. Maybe it is a clean shoulder. Maybe it is a defined upper torso. A gentle waist seam. A controlled drape. Even a well-placed belt can restore proportion if the fabric underneath is not overwhelming. Here is your test. Find 3 recent photographs of yourself wearing dresses. Choose candid pictures if possible. Do not judge your face. Do not judge your arms. And please, do not start criticizing your weight. Look only at the outline of the dress. Can you tell where your shoulders begin? Does the fabric fall cleanly? Is there one part of the garment that gives your body structure? Or does the dress simply create a large shape around you? A dress does not need to show your figure, but it should show that a figure exists. That is the difference between coverage and disappearance. Style after 60 is not about looking younger. It is about looking stronger, cleaner, and more intentional. And sometimes, the most powerful wardrobe change is not buying something new. It is finally admitting that the size you chose for reassurance may be hiding far more than you intended. Go back to that closet. Remember the 3 things I asked you to pull out at the beginning? Now look at them differently. Maybe the blouse has been falling past your shoulders. Maybe your jeans slowly collapse underneath the seat. Maybe the cardigan hides your hands, the t-shirt collects under your arms, or the trousers require constant adjustment every time you stand up. None of those things mean your body is difficult to dress. They mean the garment may be solving a problem you never actually had. Over time, many women add a little more fabric here, a little more room there, a longer cardigan, a looser dress, a larger coat. Each decision feels sensible on its own, but 7 small attempts to hide the body can eventually hide the woman. And that is the idea I want you to remember. Smaller is not the goal. Correct is the goal. You do not need a larger wardrobe. You do not need to chase trends, and you certainly do not need to dress like you are trying to become 30 again. You need clothes that respect the body you have today. So here is your challenge. Check the shoulder seam on the blouse you wear most often. Just one garment. Is the seam sitting where your shoulder actually begins? Or have you been buying extra fabric for reassurance? Tell me in the comments which item you automatically size up in. Shirts, jeans, cardigans, trousers, coats, or dresses. And if you want practical, classic style advice for women over 60, subscribe and stay with me. Because in the next video, we are going in the opposite direction. The clothes women over 60 keep wearing too tight. Not because their bodies failed them, but because the garment stopped doing its job. And that is a completely different problem.